Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Like our videos also. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome to my channel once again. So in the last video we have discussed the various general features, unique features of the annelids, and here we come with another part of the amazing annelids. So I hope you are going to like this as well. So we are starting off with the nervous system. The nervous system in the annelids is relatively very simple in structure, and the nervous system majorly consists of a nerve ring, cerebral ganglia, circumpharyngeal connectives, and subpharyngeal ganglia. So these are the structures that actually make up the we can say that these are the parts that actually make up the central nervous system of such organism. And in addition to it, we are also having some other structures such as the cerebral nerves. Cerebral nerves are there which start arising from the cerebral ganglia. So these are the cerebral nerves which opens into the prostomium, peristomium, buccal cavity and pharynx. So these are therefore accordingly known as prostomial nerve, buccal nerve, peristomial nerve. Right. So in addition to it, giant axons are also present which are capable of very rapid conduction of the impulses to the segmental muscle, and their main function is to permit the worm to undergo the process of rapid contraction, and this mechanism is actually a defensive mechanism for the annelids in order to prevent them from the attack of the predators. Now another system in annelids is very diversified, that is the reproduction. So reproduction in annelids can take place both through sexual as well as through asexual mode of reproduction. The asexual reproduction usually takes place by means of budding or fission. During the budding, the worm forms small protrusion or bud that actually develops into a new organism. So in the figure, you can see that an annelid is undergoing the asexual reproduction by the process of budding. So in the figure, we can notice that the new organism is forming from the differentiation of the segments at the tail end of the animal. So, and on the other hand, the reproductive system is very well studied in case of earthworm. Earthworm, being a hermaphrodite animal, possesses both types of the sexes, that is the male and female reproductive organs, and gonads are actually proliferated from the Salomic epithelia. And the uniqueness is that the testes mature earlier than the ovaries. So the male reproductive system consists of various structures like testes, testes sac, spermatical funnel, seminal vesicle, vasa differentia, the spermatic duct, accessory glands and the prostate gland. Right? The testes are paired structure, minute structures and lobed structure, and they are situated one pair each in the 10th and the 11th. So here you can notice that these lobulated structures are actually the testes. So these testes are enclosed into a sac-like structure. That sac-like structure is known as testes sac. Vasa differentia arises from the spermatical funnel and extends up to the 17th or 18th segment of the earthworm. In addition to it, another organ is present, that is the spermathecae, which are located in the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th segment. So these structures are paired structure present in each segment from 6 to 9, and these structures are supposed to receive and store the spermatozoa during the process of copulation. The spermatic ducts open to the exterior in the 18th segment with the help of male genital pores. On the other hand, the female reproductive system consists of only two parts, that is the ovary and the oviduct. A pair of small lobulated ovaries and oviducts comprises the whole reproductive system of the females. Beneath the ovary, the ovarian funnels are present, which continue into the oviduct. They join together and open to the exterior by female genital pore in the 14th segment. Right? So this is all about the reproductive organs in both males and female in case of an hermaphrodite species. Now, when we talk about the sexual reproduction involves the copulatory steps, and copulation is an event which is common during the rainy season during the months of July to October. What happens during the process of copulation? The two earthworms, they come close to one another, they come in contact with one another, and they actually exchange the pockets of the sperms. So you can see over here, there is the exchange of the packets of the sperm, and after following the various steps involved in the fertilization, the cocoon formation takes place when the ovaries mature. Mature sperm, egg cells and fluid, they are deposited in the cocoon produced by the gland cells of the clitellum. Fertilization and development takes place inside the cocoon and are deposited in the soil. The ovaries are fertilized by the sperm in the cocoon itself, and after 2 to 3 weeks, cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms. So here the development is direct, that is, there is no larval stage that occurs in the life cycle of an earthworm. So this figure actually demonstrates the various events in the mating and reproduction in case of the earthworm. Now, if we talk about the classification of the annelids are classified into 3 major classes on the basis of the position of the setae and on the absence and presence of the sensory organs. So, the first major class of the annelid is the polychaetae. Poly means many and chaetae means for setae. So, these organisms are having many setae-like organs. Now, these forms are mainly found in the marine water and they are commonly known as tube worms and sandworms. Now, these species are carnivorous in their lifestyle, and their head is very prominent with the help of prostomium as well as peristomium. Now, in these structures, in these species, the sensory organs are present in the form of tentacles, cirri and palps, and they do bear eyes too. Now, in these species, parapodias are very much specific, they are present, and their coelom is also very species, and their sexes are separated. So, the common representatives of this phyla includes the Nereis. This is the Nereis, then the Chaetopetalus and the Terivella species. So, these are the main features of the organisms found in the class Polychaeta. The next class is the Oligochaeta. Oligo means few and chaeta for setae. So, these are the organisms which are having few setae, and these forms are mostly terrestrial form, and very few forms are found in the fresh water, and the terrestrial forms are having the affinity for the moist soil, and the wonderful example is our earthworm. So, head is indistinct, it is not very much easy to recognize the head from the rest of the body, and they are not having any sensory organ, right? So, clitellum is present, as we have discussed in case of the earthworm. There the clitellum was playing a very important role during the process of copulation, and here setae are very few in number, and parapodias are absent because they are having a burrowing kind of a nature, These structures are also hermaphroditic, and the common representatives are the tubifax. So these tubifax, these are the clusters of the various organisms of the tubifax. Then Pheretima, the earthworm, and the Megascolex, which is also known as the blue earthworm. So then last class of the annelids, phylum Annelida, is the Hirudinea. Hirudinea species are mostly ectoparasitic in nature, and they are blood-sucking and carnivorous species. The body form is elongated and flattened, or we can say it is dorso-ventrally flattened, and also some species are exhibiting cylindrical body form. The body consists of fixed number of the segments, which are about 33 to 32, and each segment breaks up into 2 to 4 rings or annuli. Parapodias and setae are altogether absent, and they're both the ends, that is the anterior and posterior ends, they are provided with the suckers. Mouth opens on the ventral surface and anus opens on the dorsal surface. So on the both ventral and on the dorsal surface, they are provided with the suckers. In some species, they are also having some additional organs for the blood sucking purpose. And these species are also hermaphrodite, and the common representatives are Placobedella, Hirudinea, and Herpopodella. So leech is one of the common representative of the class Hirudinea. Let's discuss some of the fun facts about the annelids. Right, so we have discussed all the characters and systems. So time to crack some fun about the annelids also. The smallest annelids have been described till date is Neotenotrocha, which actually reaches up to a length of only few hundred microns. So we are having a great variation in the size of the annelids also. The largest leech in the world has been reported from the region of South America, and the species is the Hemmentarea, and which actually reaches more than 40 centimeters in length. So one more fact is, annelids are also having an external cuticle, but they never undergo shedding, molting. So like that of Nematodes, right? They are also having sensory organs in the form of palps, antennae, eyes, statocyst, nuchal organs, and lateral organs. So they do have a great sense of sensory organs, and they can actually sense the things around them very, very well. In most annelids, there are actually two fluid systems. One, the Salomic fluid system, and the other is the circulatory system. And in the species where both are present, they are also involved in the excretion purpose. Now, all annelids are having a fluid-filled cavity, which makes a difference between the outer body wall and the gut, and that is known as coelom. So coelom is actually one of the greatest advantage to an annelid, because it performs various functions such as locomotion, regulation of the fluid transfer, osmoregulation. It serves as a site for temporary food storage, maturation of the gametes, and as well as the nitrogen containing excretion of the nitrogen containing waste. So actually coelom is playing a very, very important role in case of annelids, and this is the first phylum from where actually the true coelom has been existing. Now here we can see, if anybody could see this image, everybody would also imagine that these are the tiny lemons, but no friends, these are not the tiny lemons, and instead these are the earthworm cases from where the baby earthworm gets emerged out. So I hope you have liked this video as well. You are able to understand each and everything about the annelids now. So if you are having any queries, any question, Please post in the comment section, and please like, comment, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.